Welcome at Lazy Shore Dungeons, where Willem-Jan and I, Pepijn, will talk about all different things and then it will all funnel down to a one-pager, a one-page dungeon. Today we're going to talk about a fungal theme. Let's find out.
Hello Pepijn.
Hello Willem-Jan.
Hello, welcome back to another episode where we are gonna make something beautiful.
Wow.
Yes, something beautiful in the shape of a one-page dungeon.
Wow, it hasn't, doesn't have anything to do with the new year.
Yes and no.
Huh.
First of all, this episode will air in February.
Fair enough.
Yes, because we are gonna make a dungeon today for all those new subscribers to the newsletter that you can find in the description. It's an exclusive dungeon for the subscribers. As a thank you from us.
Wow.
To them.
Well, hello new subscribers.
Hello. So in that sense, it is a thing for the new year, but in other senses, it's really not, because we're just gonna make something useful, generically useful, to drop in to any kind of environment, to any kind of story, to any kind of adventure.
Something you can just grab up and fit into any campaign you have lying around.
Yeah. So we are going to make a fungal dungeon.
Wow, fun.
Wow. Okay, how long have you been sitting on this one?
Not very long, actually. Not very long at all. Not very long.
Okay, so a fungal dungeon. A fun fungal dungeon.
Yeah, especially because we've done a couple of episodes already about spots in a city.
Buildings, yeah.
Buildings. We want to introduce something you can find outside of a city.
Something natural.
Yeah, like in a forest, but a forest is a hard place to just put a random dungeon because the space is very poorly defined. The place is poor defined, and just saying there are trees somewhere isn't that interesting yet.
Yeah, exactly. So, fungal dungeon, Mike Knits, what's your association with these kinds of beings?
Well, fungus and mycelium, it instantly gives me an idea of connectivity, that there are widespread networks.
Like in the ground and...
Yeah, indeed, on the ground. The whole idea that you, if one fungus on a tree gets hit, the other fungi, even meters or several meters away, still feel it. They're all connected, all the fungi. That makes it a very hard opponent, even if they're not very strong on itself.
Yeah, because once you attack one, they all know that you've attacked them in a specific location.
And the fungi can grow on anything. They can grow on ground, they can grow on rocks, maybe even on trees and on humans. Fungi can grow on living beings.
Have you seen the Planet Earth documentary where there were like zombie ants, and they were zombie ants because fungi grew from them?
There are plenty of series where a fungal infection actually becomes the master of their host, like in The Last of Us.
Zombie outbreak.
A zombie outbreak is a good way to start a new year, or February for that case.
But you also talked about, well, it's decay, right?
Yeah.
So they grow on everything, but it's also a form of decay on those things, or at least we associate it as such.
Yeah, they usually grow on dead things.
Yeah, or they help them die faster.
Yeah.
So that's maybe a nice inroad to an adventure, like seeing death somewhere calls us to intervene, to fix whatever is dying.
The forest might be dying.
The forest might be dying.
Of a fungal infection. The forest could be interrupted in some way, and the fungi are actually helping, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah, the fungus has a visible effect on the trees, on their bark, on whatever.
They could be hollow trees, and that the fungi are eating them from the inside out.
Yeah, so then you have an enormous or small tree that you can kind of enter. That's
Well, let's talk about that connectivity, like a network, and
so all the trees are connected as well.
yeah, absolutely. And you
I
can have like burrows under the tree that are just lined with mycelium, and that all the trees then are connected with these mycelium dungeons.
that gives us kind of a fungal cave or
Yeah.
fungal network. But what is their mission? What is their purpose in life, so to speak? Or why should we care?
Those are two different questions. I mean,
That's true. That's true. That's true.
The fungi, well, they spread.
Yeah.
That's their whole thing. They spread, they reproduce, they grow. And there are like two sorts of fungi. They're like the fungi that just grow in the ground and have a little bit of a that stay lower on the ground, like a bit of moss.
Although
almost.
that's maybe, I don't know if
Moss
that's
is not technically fungus, but just like a little layer.
Yeah.
And there are the fungi that grow big, the big
Mushrooms.
Yeah, big mushrooms, big caps and stuff. We could do something with that, so that's what mushrooms want. But a good question is, how do we get the players interested in these fungi?
Yeah, so the death trees are something inherently interesting, but how do you get them to the death trees? They can, of course, see them during their travel.
Yeah.
But you probably want some kind of directional options as well. Dying trees, probably not good with the environment, not good for the forest, not good for logging or whatever.
But why do the players care?
Because they are sent
by who?
By the mayor, by a druid, by
a witch.
Okay. Does the witch care about the forest?
Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she wants the mushrooms for her soup.
Okay, yeah. So the mushrooms are edible, which is also interesting.
Yeah. They might be a delicacy.
They might have special effects.
Ooh.
Shroomy.
So you could harvest some of those shrooms yourself.
Yeah.
And the really good magical shrooms only grow deep in the mycelium caves.
Yeah. Of course, the things at the surface that eat away on the trees are just the general kind of mushrooms you can find anywhere.
They get eaten by the deer and the bears, maybe beavers, any animals just roaming around the forest.
Yeah, so we don't want those. And common knowledge is, of course, the real good mushrooms, they're beneath.
Yeah, indeed.
So that's the entrance. Then we have trees scattered around the forest.
Mm-hmm.
You enter those, find their hollows, see that they lead you down into some kind of system of caverns.
Fair enough.
Hallways lined with moss-like fungus that is in itself kind of a network, kind of a communication network.
The moment you step into a mycelium tunnel, the whole mycelium hive mind knows you're there.
And maybe if it's intelligence, which is more interesting if it is, it whispers to you.
Yeah, absolutely. It might even need your help.
Yeah, because then you have two sides of a coin, right? You have the we need to get rid of this fungal infection decimating a forest, or they need us. They need our help, and we can get something from them in another way. You can choose how to approach the myconids.
So what would harm or annoy a mycelium hive mind? Being disconnected.
Yeah, severed from the other parts of the same hive mind.
The source,
the mother fungus.
Yeah, the mother fungus. It almost sounds like little curse word from a 5-year-old. Oh, mother fungus.
Yeah, exactly.
Little do they know that a fungus does grow on their mother, but in a
No. Silence.
I am not sorry.
Okay.
Little do they know that a mother fungus does grow inside the ground, deep inside the ground, disconnected
Yeah.
from her brethren.
Like something separated the network.
Yeah,
As a natural thing.
underground.
Probably, because if it was a natural thing, separated probably. Because otherwise, if it was intentional, why are the fungi a problem? Maybe the separation was the reason they decided to grow up towards trees.
Because they're severed from their mother fungus. They try to find different routes to get back to her.
Yeah. So
What is underground that could actually separate fungi?
my Minecraft brain tells me we should look at lava.
Fair enough.
Lava, a violent substance, a burning substance, and an interesting substance, I think, for D&D, because fire and fire damage is a really prevalent thing anyway.
Yeah.
It's not what you kind of expect going down, although it's not illogical either. And it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Crossing lava is a challenge, and it can be used as a weapon, right? Because, like we said, either you need to help the fungi or defeat them. Lava can also just be help that way, be a weapon against them. Changing a lava flow might just work. It wonders.
You could even kill the mother.
Fungus, yeah.
Killing mothers in general is not a good thing, though. But...
Well, if they are made of decay, it might be okay.
Yeah. Thinking about a more concrete, a more visual enemy, and what lives on the ground is like moles. We already said that the fungi are edible. Moles might have a really...
They love it.
They love the mushrooms. They might dig around tunnels and eat it up. The myceliums also like the bigger mushrooms. Maybe some of the mushrooms have evolved and grew little legs to
run away from
because
the moles never see where they're
going.
The
moles never see where they're going.
Yeah.
You might even say that the moles have introduced the lava flow by creating these tunnels.
Yeah, and they would also be able to maybe not maliciously, but
no, their interference with creating these tunnels has led the lava to flow through the ground and may cut off their connection with the mother fungus.
But so then we have kind of we have a separated mother fungus, but we might also have separated factions of fungi.
Oh, you mean like the ones living in the soil and the ones walking around on the earth?
Yeah, if if half of them sprouted legs and the other half hasn't,
they probably don't like each other.
No, they call each other slang, like soil hermits.
So, yeah, or earth walkers.
That's almost awesome. I would like to be called an earth walker.
Yeah, it's not really good slang.
But we can call them that anyway.
We can call them. They might have.
It's a descriptive.
Oh yeah. They say it with
foul world.
Vile intent.
Yeah, earth walkers.
Yeah, and they have their own ways of trying to convince the party to help them. The soil hermits. They could try to be like, well, if you help us, we'll give you some of our spores and we can help you cross a bridge. We can build a bridge for you somewhere. We can...
make structures. Yeah. Because that's also interesting, right? You have the walkers. They are almost behaving like goblins would. They are fungi, but they are just walking around. But the other half, you want them to do something interesting as well. And becoming structures or being part of the structural integrity of a cavern, and being able to manipulate that in case the party goes against their wishes,
Yeah.
is a different kind of interaction. That
Absolutely.
might be yeah.
They might even be able to, set up some sort of a network so you can spy on something, leave some spores there. As the spore, they grow in the ground, and they'll have a little network for you to listen to what's happening there. And little voices of the mycelium will tell you what's happening a kilometer away.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That would be useful. And on the other side, you'll have the Earthwalkers.
They're
Having
delicious.
their own, being delicious, having their own kind of civilization.
Yeah.
Where do they live?
I guess in the tunnels as well, or
Well, it's like, compare them to ants. The tunnels are not the places where ants live. The ants have their own chambers per function or whatever. So it would be nice to have the Earthwalkers and maybe even the soil hermits have at least some resemblance of a village, or at least a cavern where they actually live. I like the visual of crystal caverns, crystal caves. Talking about Minecraft.
It would make sense to me that would be a place for the walking fungi, because the mycelium can sprout there.
Yeah, crystals.
The crystals are too hard to actually grow in.
They don't decay.
This is the part where the walking mushrooms have an advantage.
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
they can actually walk there,
and it gives the players that the Earthwalkers then can provide the players with those crystals, like as a
Absolutely.
reward for. It's just a monetary thing.
It's a very dangerous place, a crystal cave. It's very sharp, all pointy edges. But the mushroom walkers, they don't really mind because they're squishy.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if they got a couple holes in their feet. Yeah, they just
spread more spores that way.
Yeah, it's easy. Not a problem at all.
Okay, then we already have a few obstacles, right? We have the trees, or at least going through the trees as a physical obstacle. The lava is an obstacle. The moles eating shit is an obstacle. The earth walkers and soil hermits being at odds with each other makes either one an obstacle.
Yeah.
If we have lava, we can also always add some lava elementals or similar.
Absolutely. Fire elementals, lava elementals, love it.
And then we already have quite some interaction here. We already have quite a...
What does the mother fungus do if you reach her, though?
Yeah, we haven't really discussed her yet, right? She is the source of growth for the fungi. Yeah. Maybe the brains of the operation.
She might be the key to get these two factions back together. Yeah, she could broker a peace between the myceliae.
She's like a goddess to them.
Yeah,
their mother. Yeah,
well, both of them want to be connected to her first to maybe try to convince her that this is the way. The walking mushrooms might even say to her, "This is not a safe place," and want her to
carry her away.
Yeah, carry her away, or to let her grow legs and leave the underground caves.
Yeah, because and then they would be able to grow where the other side could not.
Yeah, indeed. Leave the mycelium, but you can also help the mycelium, and then the mother might be able to help overcome the moles by growing poisonous mushrooms.
So she can implant mushrooms on mold. She might be doing that to the party as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that after a couple of days that the party is growing more and more infectious bumps in their skins, sprouting mushrooms from their head, horn-like.
When you're scratching it, then at some point you realize that NPCs around you are also getting little bumps.
It's like we thought Corona was behind us, but it's time for a new epidemic.
Yeah, the Fungus plague.
Oh my god. Oh. So that also gives the whole adventure long tail of events happening, depending on how the players interact. If they could be creating their own adventure from this. Okay, so that's interesting.
Yep. I still would like some other items as well to accompany this, so they can remember their advance. Something that usually I like items to be usable once only.
So like consumables.
Yeah, consumables. Otherwise, at some points, you have a party with tens or maybe like 20 or 30 items, and they get analysis paralysis. There's too much options, and then it takes too long for them to decide.
Yeah, and it becomes a horde of stuff in their backpack that really, you start to lose.
They lose track, and at some point they come somewhere and you see them rummaging through all their items. Like, is there something I can use here? If you have a consumable, it's at least something that doesn't clog up your inventory
for too long. You hope.
There's always that. Who hasn't been in a situation where you have a lot of items where, like, no, I'm not going to use it right now. I might need it later.
Exactly, for that boss. Well, we haven't really discussed the abilities of the combat abilities of the fungi.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think we both assume they have some kind of poisonous effect.
Yeah.
But having those effects, if we can even make it have them multiple effects. They could also provide those effects to the party as a consumable. So if they are poisonous, they could make a poison for the party. If they glow, they can make some kind of torch for the party.
Yeah.
Whatever those.
The soil dwellers, the soil hermits, they could let the earth they could collapse the floor, or they could cave in a tunnel. You're fighting them. Sure, suddenly you're falling.
Yeah.
You're falling quite deep.
And there's lava there somewhere.
There's lava there, or you're falling straight into a crystal cave. Well, that's gonna hurt. That's how they could fight. They're not fighting you directly, but they poison you, and they have all sorts of interactions with the environment.
Yeah, it's a really almost a series of traps.
Yeah, the other ones are way simpler. The walking.
That's what you kind of expect from.
Yeah, they can walk around. They can punch you with a mushroom and maybe have some poisonous effect with that. Maybe they're crazy fast. There could be like the one little mushroom who's always pepping up and just jumping around. Yeah, well, I'm fast, bruv. I'm fast as fuck. And then...
okay, yeah, sure.
They could give you this guy, like, as a pet and be like, here's a fast mushroom. If you ever need a message to be sent quickly, just tell him the message.
The running mushroom.
He's gonna run. He's gonna run like hell. And he's gonna tell the one you want that specific message.
Okay. So it's like a kind of helper.
Yeah.
Fungus.
Yeah, a little mushroom, and then if you activate it by putting some water on it, the legs sprout out, and he's like, "Wait, what you want, boss?" And then he's gonna run off.
Okay. So then we have the edibility of the fungi.
Oh yeah, they can even give you some edible fungi.
Yeah,
some edible mushrooms.
The crystals that are have monetary value. The abilities of the different fungi, be it poison, be it structural, be it running guy, running fungus,
messaging, or maybe distractions, or
that's
the options you have.
You have a bucket of lava. You could get a bucket of lava.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can always get a bucket of lava. I know how useful those are.
A bucket of lava are very useful.
Yeah.
This is one thing bothering me still. What if they don't want to go down the tree?
Well, that's always the question. Any adventure, you can always choose not to engage with the adventure. In our case, though, you of course have the structural integrity of the ground, we already kind of
You can just let them fall in.
Yeah, you can just let them fall in. If you really want them to enter this dungeon, you have the mushrooms that create traps, and just let part of the ground be a trap as well, and get them into the tunnels that way.
Just to spitball a couple of ways to get them in there. You could have someone to give you directions to do that. Maybe a child has been abducted by the mushrooms as in the caves.
Yeah.
Maybe the mushrooms are edible and they are needed for a special potion. Someone's very sick and you can save them, but they need medicinal fungi.
That witch again.
Yeah, it's in that forest. The druid could be like, I saw the mushrooms walking around. The mushrooms should never walk around in the forest. They are meant to be underground. Something is wrong with the ecosystem. Go help them. There are many ways how you can try to inspire them, but it also depends on your party. So that's DM's discretion. Know what makes your party tick.
Yeah. And
give them maybe multiple options to go down there.
Because treasure is a very easy incentive for people. And the availability of a crystal cave might just be enough.
Yeah. Money is a good one. Power is not a good one. If they know they can find some poisonous mushrooms there, they could use in a fight.
Yeah, a lot of XP there.
Yeah, ooh.
Okay, and we need a title for our adventure that I'm probably going to change. And I'm going to cut this part of the podcast out because I often do.
Funny Fungi.
Oh my god. Wait, that's not even that bad a name.
It's fairly common that I just spout out some bullshit and it's actually decent.
I think this is better. This is better than our last one, to be honest. Funny Fungi. It works because it is fungi. It's a pun.
Yeah.
And it's also, they have a lot of special abilities, a little special traits that is funny, I guess.
It is. I mean, especially the walking spawn are actually quite funny.
You would laugh at them?
Yes.
That's not very nice. You're not a very nice guy. Who knew?
No.
Who knew? Well, on that sad note, we're gonna. I think we have a dungeon here.
Yeah. I was thinking about a reply there.
I see a tear coming from your eyes.
Yes.
I see it. You are too tired for an actual reply right now.
Yeah,
it's been a long day.
I tried replying with some sort of a fungi pun, but
there's no fungi. I put the guy in fungi.
Fantastic. No, that's not it. That's not it.
Hey, what do you think? Aren't you ashamed of yourself right now, Pepijn?
Yes, I actually am.
Okay, great.
I am not that often ashamed, but this right now I am. Yeah.
On that happy note, we like to make dungeons like this one here. You can find a lot of them on our website that's linked down below, including the one we just described to you, if and only if you subscribe to the newsletter, which is a way to be in touch and get anything new we are making, be that dungeons, podcasts, video, blogs, name it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking till the end. Pepijn, do you want to say something?
Absolutely not.
Okay, great. Hopefully you'll pass this around to your friends, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, leave a message, all that good stuff, and we'll see you around. Bye. Bye, Pepijn.
Oh, fuck. Bye.